What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Living Outdoors. We back in the swamps. We back with another fly fishing video for you guys. You know that I started fly fishing a few days ago, actually a few months ago, and now I'm super addicted to it. So in the past 3 days, I decided to start tying my own flies, and everybody tells me that there is no better feeling than catching a fish on your own flies, on the flies that you tie yourself. So over the past couple days, I tied 6 flies. I tied, I believe, 3 top water flies and 3 wet flies, or flies that sink, I believe that's what it's called. So the goal for today is to catch at least 1 fish on each fly that I tied myself. That was my first time ever tying a fly. I didn't have no trial and error. Tie one didn't come out good. No, the way it came out for the first time is the way I'm gonna fish them today. So should be a fun video. Stay with me and let's see if it's gonna work. Alright, so the first fly I got tied on, I believe it's called the Morrish Hopper. It's a little hopper. If you guys watched the past few videos, I caught a lot of fish with the hopper. So I decided to make my own hopper, and that's called the Morrish Hopper. So here goes nothing. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing to catch some fish, which I don't see why it wouldn't, but we never know. I've been working a lot. I haven't fly fished in a little while, so my cast is a little bit out of whack. One thing that I noticed is, if you guys watch my past couple videos fishing in here, especially fly fishing, this water was pretty. This water was black. Today, the water is nasty. The water looks chocolate milk, and I don't know if that would affect our fishing today, but I don't remember this water being so ugly over here ever, actually. But let's fish. Let's fish and see what happens. I do see some fish hitting close to the grass, so we just gotta make sure the fish hits our fly. All right, first fish on a fly that I made myself. That was on the Morrish Hopper. It's a nice bluegill too. I mean, nice for, you know, for this area. Yo, check this out. On the fly that I made myself. My first bluegill. I believe that would be a male on my Morrish Hopper. All right, 1 down, 5 more to go. All right, now I got tied on something called a GFI hopper. This particular one was the very first one I ever did. It out of the bundle, that was the first one I did. It has a little flashy on it, you know. It don't look too good, but it was my first one, and let's see if we can catch a fish with it. All right, second fish. Oh no, mine came out. Oh no, all right, he's still there, he's still there. All right, second fish on the second fly. Took me a little while, but I got it, and I had a huge explosion. I don't know if it was him, but it was a big explosion before that. So well, second fly also works. Super ugly, but it caught fish. Go ahead and tie up the next one. My next one is also a top water, and it's also a GFI. But that was the second one I've ever made. It looks a little better, a little cleaner, you know, and I don't have all the flashy at the end. I just have a little some peacock feathers right here. So If we catch a fish with that one, that's gonna be our last fish on top water. That means that we caught a fish on every single top water bait we made. So let's go ahead and tie this one up and go fishing with it. All right, it's my last top water, and that's another GFI. And I had some bites off of that tree right there where I caught my last fish, so there might be a bed in there. As I know, this bluegill are on beds right now. So if we get another bite right there, I know it's a bed. All right, I just had a hit. It didn't take it all the way, so that's 3 bites on one little spot. So that might be a bed in there. They still behind it. They still behind it. The ones that hit first, they small though. They didn't take the bait, the lure, the fly. I need to stop calling it bait. I bet people are thought that you get aggravated at me. Maybe it's not a bad, but I did have quite a few bites out of that one spot though. And the conditions today are very different from the past few times I've been here. The last times I've been here, my first time is fly fishing ever. This water was stupid clean. This water was super, super clean. So I was fishing with bright colors, you know. If you know a little bit about fish, you know that clear water, bright colors or natural colors. And then the water is murky today, and I didn't bring any dark top water. I didn't bring any, so I'm having trouble getting this fish to bite on this water because they can barely see. So the wet flies I have, they dark, they black, so they might work a little better later on. But like I said, the challenge is to catch fish on every single one of the flies that I made. As soon as you catch, that's the last top water. As soon as you catch this top water, we're gonna go ahead and try some dark baits that actually sink. All right, that was a nice one. The whole fish came out of the water. Awesome hit. Awesome hit. All right, that settles it. Every single top water fly I made, I caught a fish on, and 3 nice fish. All right, so that settles it. Let him go. And my second GFI that I've ever made. Caught me a bluegill. So now let's go ahead and tie on some wet flies and see if we can catch fish on just 3 less flies. And we're done with this challenge, guys. All right, here we have it, the next bait. It's called the woolly booger. You know, it's the first one I've ever made as well. And that's a fly. It's called wet fly. That's a fly that sinks. So we won't have that top water action, but hey, today's video is not about top water. Today's video is about catching fish on my flies. So let's go ahead and see if we can get something to bite. So I just caught me a massive bluegill on the woolly bugger, and I realized I wasn't recording. So let's go ahead and see if we can show one more for y'all. I knew this big bait was gonna catch big fish, and that bluegill was probably the biggest one I've ever caught. But hey, I cannot prove it to y'all, so gotta go ahead and try to catch another one. At least I know the woolly bugger works. All right, I got another fish on the woolly bugger, second cast. What is it? Another big bluegill. Oh no, that's a red eye something. I think they call it a shell cracker, something like that. Let's go ahead and let this guy go and go to the next lure. So that's what my next fly looks like. I don't know what's called. It's kind of a version of a woolly bugger, but not quite. So I invented it myself, and hopefully I can catch some fish with it. So write in the comment down below, what would you call this fly? Write in the comments down below, and I'm gonna pick the best name, and that's what I'm gonna start calling this fly. I'm gonna give you a little shout out next video that I catch a fish with it. So help me pick a name for this little fly. Oh, I just had a bite. That I know was a bite. All right, I knew there was a fishing in there. I knew there was a fishing in there. Nice bluegill, finally caught one on this whatever bait, whatever you're gonna name it. Nice bluegill too. I think this fly might be a little bigger. I'm a little too big for them bluegills, but hey, we caught one. So we got one more fly to go, and let's see how that goes. All right, here's the last fly of the challenge. I don't know what's called either. I had an idea when I watched a video on YouTube, so I decided to make my own, and I also don't know what's called, so write in the comments down below how you want to call this fly as well. And that's the last fly for the challenge, so let's go ahead and try to catch a fish with it, and we can call this challenge a win. We can call it a successful challenge. All right, folks, it's getting late. I did catch 5 fish out of 6 flies. However, the very last fly, I believe, is too small. And this water over here today is super dirty. So it's hard for the fish to see the fly. I fished for over an hour with that thing. Couldn't get a bite. But everything else I did work. And keep in mind, that was my first time ever making flies. So if you ask me, I call that a success. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching another episode on Living Outdoors.